Hi, this is Dr. Kerri Kramer Webb, CEO of Resurgent Sports Rehab. Today we're going to be talking about a warm-up and J-band combo program for your Little League baseball players. This program is specifically designed for Little League versus high school, and there's a few differences in what that program is going to look like. Number one, you want to make sure you have the right band for your little guys. This is 9 to 12 years old. So these are the regular J-bands. They're thick, they're heavy. Your little leaguers are not going to be able to use the right muscles with these bands. Go for, instead, the J-band Junior, which is going to be a lot easier for them to find the exact right muscles. The other main difference in these programs for Little League is that we're going to be doing long holds so that they find the right muscles versus quick movements in which they're inevitably going to substitute. Okay, so we're going to start with our hip and thoracic mobility segment. This is Eric. He's going to help us out today. We're starting with the lizard and rotations. What he's trying to do is stretch the front part of that back hip and then get some rotation through the mid-back. You do 5 on each side and then you switch. Next exercise is going to be the half kneel hip openers. You're going to point your knee, you're going to kneel on that leg and then point the other one as if it's down at home base. And you want to get the kids to really stretch and open up these hips so that way when they're throwing, they can literally open and point that leg straight ahead as they follow through. The final one, these kids might be hitting some growth spurts, so we're going to do some inchworms to get at those hamstrings. And then we're going to do that little tight plank for a bit of core activation. And we really want to hear the kids go, oh, my hamstrings. And then you're done with that segment. This is the leg control segment for your Little League baseball warm-up. We're going to start with speed skaters. They're doing side-to-side jumps and landing on one leg, controlling the knees and making sure they're soft and pointed straight ahead, pausing for 3 seconds. The next one are lateral lunges to a front lunge. So we go front lunge, watch their trunk and knees pointed straight ahead, coming up and going into a lateral lunge to the side, loading the knee over the third toe. The final one is hip airplane. And so this is a hard one. You're going to stand on one leg, arms out to the side, and then reaching towards the inside of the foot, controlling that knee again, pointing straight ahead and coming straight back up. All right, so we've got 3 different anchors for this J-band warm-up program. This is the high anchor. Your kids are going to reach as high as they can and clip it to the fence. The first exercise is a standing W. So the whole thing is about squeezing the shoulder blades back as hard as they can, bringing this into a nice W, and then keeping the wrist nice and straight. You can opt to have it around the wrist, but I like to also strengthen the wrist. These are holds. The next one is a split squat, standing lat pull down. And so they're going to maintain that position for leg strength, and then pull down, keeping that chest out, elbow straight, and wrist straight to activate the lats. Okay, so this is your mid-anchor J-band exercises. You're going to have your kids anchor it just below chest level. And the first one is what we call the Genie, or from the J-band program, it's actually called the elevated external rotation. We're going to get that right up to 90 degrees. And then there's going to be a pause. And you want the kids to really make sure that they're feeling it right behind that shoulder, the rotator cuff. This is a very, very important muscle. Let's make sure they get that right. The second exercise is going to be our bear hugs. You're going to have them stand, and the whole movement is coming from the shoulder blades. So it's not the pecs. We're not doing some huge pec exercise. It's actually from the serratus anterior that's going to protract the shoulder blade. You see how Eric's bringing it forward and then bringing it back. Very important stabilizer muscle in baseball as well. This is our final segment. This is a low anchor for the J-bands. You can see it's all the way down at the bottom. We're going to do a split stance sword pull. Little leaguers are going to love this and recognize this. You're going to pull from your opposite hip and then engage the shoulder muscles and pause at the top. It's going to be really challenging for the kids. In theory, it's supposed to get the lower trap, but I'm going to give you the next exercise to really isolate the lower trap. It's a very important muscle in throwing. So this next one are Y holds, but they're lying on their backs. It's going to be much easier for them. And going into Y hold now, we can actually add a little abs with a bicycle kick here while they're doing the Y hold, get a little core and one of the most important lower trap muscles.